Hello, I'm Charles Pigott. I'm an employment lawyer at Mills Reeve, and today I'm going to talk about how to manage redundancies. I'm going to focus on small-scale redundancies. That's where only a handful of employees are involved. There are separate requirements and additional requirements for large-scale redundancies. That's where 20 or more employees are affected, and that's going to be outside the scope of today's talk. Now you may wonder why have a talk about redundancies at all, since they're very familiar to most people, but in fact the legal definition is quite tricky and there are specific requirements on employers in terms of how they handle the redundancy process. And that's important not only to avoid legal claims, but also for the morale of the staff involved. It's not only difficult for the people at risk of losing their jobs, but it's also distressing for people who are having to give people the bad news. Now there's lots of material available on the internet to supplement what I'm going to say today, and I particularly recommend the ACAS guide to handling redundancies, which has been recently revised. There's also material on the LawWorks website which you might find useful. So just to outline what I'm going to cover today, I'm going to start with the legal definition of redundancy. And then I'm going to look at the contractual framework in which you'll be operating. And for most of the time, I'm going to be looking at what a fair procedure could look like and the kind of things that you need to avoid if you are implementing a redundancy program.